becomes a warrior, engraved into history.
Hey, what's up guys, it is I, Mark Yoon, and today I bring another hopefully exciting video. So what I wanted to talk about today is something that I feel like a lot of us have been kind of talking about throughout the course of Soul Calibur 6's lifespan, and that's basically like what the developers can do to make Soul Calibur 7 a better and more enjoyable game or experience for us. This in no way is going to entail everything. This is just going to be some of the thoughts that I have of things that I thought were well-intentioned but not really executed properly in Soul Calibur 6, and how they can make Soul Calibur 7 a much better game and have much more people interested in it by fixing these kind of little anomalies here and there. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is I think the most important thing, and that's the netcode. I think rollback actually needs to be built into this game, Soul Calibur 7 being from the ground up. I know rollback's not perfect for every situation, but just those few extra frames that the AI has to work out what your opponent's going to do online and fills that time in so there's no lag or input delay really helps out a lot, and it makes it seem like a lot of other games have this really down pat. Now I hear often that like it's only really good for 2D games, but I've seen it implemented in 3-dimensional games as well, in which it actually makes the game overall a lot better as a whole. I mean, as we just saw, EVO recently had an online only tournament. It's currently going on right now as they're recording this video, and Soul Calibur is not a part of the main lineup, and that is because the netcode is so bad that if it was online only, they wouldn't be able to have the tournament. And if any of you have played Soul Calibur 6 recently, then you'll probably understand where I'm coming at from there. So I think that they really need to focus on the netcode to make the online experience maybe the highlight of their game. I'm not saying they should focus heavily to the esports crowd, but they definitely need to focus on the netcode so that we have better enjoyment overall. The next thing that I definitely want to talk about is the character creation system. Now, generally speaking, this system is actually pretty good. I'm not saying that like there's anything too crazily wrong with it. I do have a lot of nitpicks. The first thing I want to do is make everything available for everybody. So basically, if you're going to have this like pseudo race system, or if you're going to have this like species system and genders or whatever, please make sure that you make the accessories and the gear like available to all the characters, so that we can come up with whatever concoction that we want to come up with. Whatever kind of weird censorship rules that the developers are playing around with, just limited it in every aspect that I can see. And I really think if they want to make this the best character creator that's out there, they need to just get rid of those artificial limitations that they've again artificially placed on the game. Don't lock things behind genders, don't lock things behind races, and first and foremost, make everything that's like an accessorizable, I guess you would say. Let me be able to actually go in there and modify these things the way that the system is meant to do, not inhibit me by just like selecting the demon race and only having the tails available for that race in particular, and not being able to adjust their horns. I think this would go a long way and really ramp up the hype and the enjoyment of Soul Calibur 7 as a whole. The next thing that I would like to see implemented is more stages, and with more stages, not just having like a nighttime, daytime variation. I would like to see some kind of weather system where like you're not exactly sure what weather system you're going to get when you're actually selecting these stages, or have you be able to select them. So we all know if we're playing in Libra of Souls, or if we played in Soul Calibur 4's Tower mode, for example, some stages had slippery floors. So let us choose, let's say, any stage in particular, and then toggle on or off day or night, and toggle on or off rain or shine, and then toggle on or off the effects of which. It would only take a few seconds to implement that, and I think it would really go far for allowing us to be able to get there and get the enjoyment that we want out of the stage, like the intention for maybe the ambiance that we're trying to build up to. Another thing I want people to do is we were able to toggle on or off for our characters to be able to break their armor, which is a good aspect, but it's really hidden behind too many button presses, and you have to do it for every individual character. And for those of us who have like 100 characters, that's going to be a pain in the neck. So there should be a option to where you toggle on or off armor break completely, not just per character, and then maybe be able to go in per character and toggle it on individually that way. I think that makes a lot more sense to me than the adverse. Another thing that developers really need to work on is newer customization pieces and newer options, because a lot of this is recycled stuff from 5 and 4, and you guys already know this, so it's kind of par for the course. We also need more single-player modes. Libra of Souls is a step in the right direction, but I want to see more interactivity and a lot less monotony in it. And I think the game would also do well to go a long way if you actually added just more single-player activity in there in general. Bring back Weapon Master Mode, bring back Tower of Souls, bring back something more akin to Chronicles of the Sword than Libra of Souls. I think a lot of these things would make the core player base happy, and any new-coming fans would be pretty impressed with as well. Now, another thing that I really think that they need to work on, and this is a big thing, is the visuals and the cinematics. So whether it be a new engine or whatever, the main complaint that I've heard is that they don't want to read walls of text when it comes to doing Soul Chronicles or character story in the story mode. Yes, there are cinematic events that take place, but they are few and far between, and people would like to see a lot more of them happen. Whether this be an animated version of it, like they were going to make a Soul Calibur anime, just take a lot of that, base the story off that, and give us the animated sequences. I think that would be a lot better, and it would show a lot more, I guess, passion put into the game, and people would really appreciate it a lot more. A couple other things that I want to mention off the bat is when it comes to the visuals themselves. We've been stuck with the same visual style for like a while, and I do like the pseudo-realistic style that they go with this, but it's still stylized and anime-esque. But I would like to let them lean more into a, not more realistic, because I like how it's stylized, but I want it to be like more its own thing, if that makes any sense. Like, too far we've seen Soul Calibur's visualization jump from all over the place. Like, it was completely different in Soul Edge to Soul Calibur 1, it was completely different from Soul Calibur 1 to Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 3 brought a whole new visualization, and Soul Calibur 4 gave us a new visualization, Soul Calibur 5 did, and now 6 did as well. I would just like to see a more consistent design ratio per character. It's nice to freshen things up and give us new visualizations from time to time, but when you're constantly changing the entire look of the game every single iteration, it also changes up the feel of the game, which is, in my opinion, not so much of a good thing, because if you're trying to get consistency out of it, people are going to be pretty much confused with what their favorite character design was and where it's at now. I would also like to see new characters. We did get Grow and Aswell in this game, which is awesome, but I would like to see new characters come in to the fray. Not so much as 5, where they're replacing our old characters with new characters, but open the story up and give us a few new characters. It'd be nice if we got like 2 or 3 new characters, as opposed to like 1 or 2, and just doing that thing with the extra character and make it a lot happen. Also, other thing is they need to update the game more efficiently. So it seems like whenever they release a patch, there is a ton of things wrong and broken with the game, to where the devs have to end up going in and fixing it in post, and that usually doesn't tend to end well. Like, get some quality assurance testers. Like, the base that you're playing your game is not your QA testers. We don't get paid to be your QA testers, and that's nice that you want us to send in feedback, but hire your own staff so that the bugs come in the bugs come without the patches themselves. I would like to be able to update the game and be able to have a nice time with the game without having to worry about crashing or game breaking. Another thing that I would like to worry about, or not like to worry about, I guess, would be the correct way of saying that, is give us our 2-player costumes back, please. Don't give us 100 extra slots for customizing cast characters and then say, oh, that's where your 2-player slots are. No, we're not having that. We want our 2-player slots back, and not with just certain characters that come with DLC. Give us 2-player character slots back, please, if anything. There's many more things that I have wrong with the game that I feel like they should fix in 7, but I actually want to hear from you in the comment section down below. What are the most interesting or things that you would like to see changed and utilized the most in Soul Calibur 7, and what would get you the most hyped for buying that game in the first place? Any and all thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below, guys. I want to thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and join the channel. If you can, I'm happy with you just watching. Sharing is also great. Leave a like if you liked the video. And with that being said, I love it. Thank you.
And thank you.